Hey, here's a question for you. When's the last time you heard about the movie Freddy Got Fingered, starring comedian Tom Green? What? Yeah, 2002 VHS rental. And a guy in North Carolina got busted for failing to return it. What? Tom Green was talking about it on television there. What?
Tom Green, the star of the movie Freddy Got Fingered, talking about a Concord man arrested for not returning a VHS of the movie.
And I think it's sort of an example of how, bureaucracy can get out of control, right?
And James Meyers, who was arrested after police discovered the warrant during a traffic stop, isn't the only person that's fallen into this. We found reports from 2014. The same thing happened to this South Carolina woman. The charges were later dropped.
Okay, wait a minute. This is an ongoing thing. Okay, we got James Meyers on the line, busted for not returning Freddy Got Fingered. By the way, did you like the movie, James? I do not recall if I did or not.
Well, let me say first, I do not recall ever renting the movie, and it was very cloudy as I tried to remember the film. I did watch it recently after this incident, but yeah, I liked it. It was hilarious, man. Thanks for having me, by the way.
Okay, wait, James, hold on a minute, because this is the weirdest thing ever. Now, this is just an odd little story where you get busted for not returning Freddy Got Fingered. You had it out for 14 years. You get pulled over by a cop. 14 years. But he gets pulled over by a cop. And James, I want to hear your story, but why do we have to have your attorney on the phone with us? Adam's on the line. Adam, is your name Seifer? Is that correct, sir?
Correct, sir, yeah.
And why is this become a serious thing? Because it doesn't seem that serious. What happened? What am I missing here?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, James was charged with a crime. Instead of going the normal protocol of just charging somebody's credit card if they have a movie overdue. And like I said, and James said earlier, he doesn't remember renting this movie, but had he rented the movie, usually they charge the credit card. In this case, the guy apparently just took out a criminal warrant for failure to return rental property. So he's had a criminal warrant out there for 14 years that he didn't even know about. And now he's charged with a crime, and we unfortunately have to defend against it.
This is very weird. Let me go ahead, James. Tell me, you're driving along there. Tell me if this is correct. You're driving along in your car, and you get pulled over for what reason?
Yes, sir. I'm a single dad. My daughter lives with me 2 weeks each month, 14 days straight, and we were on our usual route, usual schedule, about 7:30 in the morning, on the way to take her to school, and then I was going to go to work from there.
Right. Okay. And the guy pulls you over.
The cops, yes, sir. Excuse me. The cops pulled me over for a bad brake light, and which I didn't even realize I had a problem. As the police officer approached the car, he asked for my license, told me about the light. He ended up taking my license back to his car and running my name, and we sat there for, man, it seemed like forever, but it was probably about 20 minutes. And they finally came back and asked me to step out of the car, which I was really confused because I wasn't sure why I needed to get out, and I hadn't done anything wrong. But because I hadn't done anything wrong, I went ahead and I got out and complied with them. And the cops were nice and polite, and they were really confused when he looked at me and said, "Sir, you have a warrant for your arrest from 2002 for failing to return a VHS tape called Freddy Got Fingered."
Wait a minute, though. He had actually. That's what I was going to say, James. It sounds like a joke. The guy has to even say the title of the Tom Green movie. Well, I want to let you know, Mr. Myers, you got a warrant for your arrest for not returning Freddy Got Fingered, and you're like probably going, "Yeah, well, okay, that's funny, but I got to get my daughter to school here. So what's
yeah, exactly,
right?"
Exactly. And I didn't believe him, so I asked to see the warrant. And sure enough, he shows me my name with an old address in the warrant,
God.
and the name of the movie's on the warrant, and I couldn't believe it.
Oh my God! I mean,
Make sure to save the warrant.
Yeah. Oh, okay, now hold on a minute. So James, and by the way, Adam, you're the attorney. You're on at any time, so I don't want to step on any sort of legal bounds because something here is going nuts. But here's the thing.
Right.
James, so now, at any point when you were arrested, did you get put into handcuffs? Or when he said, "We have a warrant for your arrest," what happens next?
Yes, sir. Well, they realized, as I stepped out of the car, I had a small conversation with my daughter. She's 10. She got really worried I was getting ready to go to jail over a bad brake light. So I had to comfort her and tell her everything was going to be okay and I wasn't going to jail and I had done nothing wrong. And so as I got out of the car, he proceeded to tell me about the warrant, and then he says, "I'm not going to take you to jail now because I think this is crazy."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'll tell you what, take your daughter to school, go to work, pick her up, come home, get a sitter, come and meet me and my partner at the police station. Here's my card. We'll have a meeting and work all this out. Take about a half hour." And I'm thinking, okay, great. Well, once I left, I made a little video to rant about it, and that's kind of how this whole thing started to.
Right.
But yeah, so, I was really just kind of upset that, we were late for school and that this had happened. And I just, instead of trying to type it all on Facebook, I just did a video. And I have a pretty heavy social media following from the music I do. I DJ drum and bass. My name is DJ Mad Influence. But
Anyway, DJ what?
DJ Mad Influence. That's actually how Tom Green reached out to me, was through that connection of music and entertainment industry. I had a friend who sent him my phone number. But, so anyway, later...
Hold on a minute. Now your story's starting to sound fishy, but wait a minute. When did you bring the German DJ stuff into this? This is a little odd.
No. I work as a delicatessen caterer in the daytime, and at night I'm a disc jockey. I have a huge social media following. Prior to this incident, I went viral one other time, but that night, after work, I returned to the police station, at the meeting, and as I showed up there, they proceeded to take me downstairs, put me in handcuffs, search me. I looked at my wallet, they took my belt, they made me hold my pants up while I'm in handcuffs, trying to sign a written promise to be back at the end of April to see a judge about this, and the cops were kind of embarrassed. The magistrate was just, really frustrated, and, his face was frustrated. He didn't say anything.
But hold on a minute, James, because, James, your attorney on the line here, Adam Seifer. Adam, do you see what I'm saying? It sounds now, I wouldn't bring in if you're going to court, we're bringing the German DJ, the working DJ thing viral because it looks like a joke. You see what I mean?
And it was a big joke. And I just want to say that. Clarify, Jonathan.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Attorney, Adam, you talk first, then James will talk again.
Sure, go ahead.
Sure. No, I was just saying, I think what he was saying was not German DJ. He was saying drum and bass.
Right.
The type of music or whatever. So, yeah. He's a drum and bass DJ.
Okay. All right. Well, listen to me. So, do you understand what I'm saying? It's sort of like, yes or no, did they put you in handcuffs?
They did, sir. They did. And that, like I said, when my social media following found out about it, they thought it was absurd, and then the news got involved shortly thereafter. Once I got home from the police department, I was talking with news crews the next day, and it's been nonstop ever since.
$200 was the punishable fine, a misdemeanor, fine of $200. Mm-hmm. And the guy who took out the warrant for your arrest for not returning Freddie got fingered. This guy is out of business because who sells VHS tapes anymore? Nobody, right?
Nobody. Mm-hmm.
So he's out of business. Why does it? Adam, as the lawyer, where do you go with this? What are you doing on this phone line? I'm just curious. What happens next?
Yeah, I mean, the state's got the burden of proof, and what happens is, and this is why it's so weird, is that the warrant has sat out there for 14 years. So this guy takes out a warrant on James. James knows nothing about it. Like I said, he doesn't even remember renting the tape. He goes about his life, and at no point does this warrant pop up. So if he'd gone through any sort of license checkpoints, if he's in court for anything, and I think he's been in court one time or something regarding child custody, it never came up. So the warrant certainly could have been served prior to 14 years, and the officer, pulled him over. He was just doing his job.
What about now? What about now? The guy that owns the video store, is he ready to step into court and testify against your client?
I'd love to see that call come into him. Hey, that guy that rented Freddie got fingered? 14 years ago? Yeah, he's going to court. You got to be there. What?
When he gets in court, he has to identify the defendant.
Right, there is James Meyers right there. That is the man who rented that video. Right. The only man that rented the video. He's the only man that rented it in all of North Carolina.
And keep in mind, it's a criminal charge, so they've got to prove several things. Not just that he rented it, they have to prove that he never returned it, and that he also intentionally and willfully didn't return it. Because if he just put it on the shelf, he might be, he might have to owe them the value of that tape, which arguably even back in 2002 is probably less than nothing.
What's really weird about it? It does seem archaic when you even talk about this now, because everybody who ever rented tapes, they remember how, oh man, come on, you got to watch it tonight because we got to get it back. It's like, it seems like, and that's only, as you say, 2002, whatever it is, it seems archaic to even talk about it now. Like, wow,
oh yeah,
you got to get that movie back, hurry up. But maybe you tell me, you don't have to give me your hand here, show me your play, but is there sort of something where he's on the way to school, his daughter's in the car, maybe you're going to say, hey, she was scared, there's some emotional distress here, we're going to sue this out-of-work VHS dealer or whatever?
At this point, that's not even a blip on James' radar. We just want to get him clear of this charge so he can get on with his life. That's the biggest thing right now is getting him clear. He has no criminal record, so he certainly doesn't want a misdemeanor on his record at this point. so I don't think he wants to drag it on any further.
But he wants to get back to that German DJ stuff. I'm just kidding.
That's right.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, James. All right, well, listen, so it is weird. I mean, to me, that would be like one of those things you've got to be kidding. So people out there, anywhere USA, if you're out there and you think you might have rented a video that may someday cause you to be pulled over for a traffic accident or a traffic misdemeanor in this case, whatever it is, get it back. And if you have a copy of Freddy Got Fingered, I'd be glad to take one from Tom Green. You guys keep us posted. I want to see where this ends up because this is going to be thrown out of court. You go to court on the 27th of April, is that right?
That's correct. Yep. That's correct.
And the guy, but really though, to answer the question, does the guy who actually rented you the video, does he know this is going on? Is he long gone?
Yeah, my understanding is that somebody told me that they'd reached out to him, and he apparently, not to make this even more bizarre, but, well, I don't really want to get... He's doing something different right now.
No. You got to tell me. Come on.
Well,
Your Honor.
I don't know the guy, but, I heard that he owns like an adult bookstore now or something and wants no part of this. So,
well, sure, that's the way you go from there. You go from VHS tapes to adult bookstores. I mean, they still have those trailers along the highway that say stop in. The truckers, that's where they still pull in, I think.
I mean, it seems like the logical progression, doesn't it? Most VHS tapes were that way anyway.
Right.
For adult films.
If you do own an adult bookstore, you don't want to attract any attention from anyone.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's just going to be difficult for them to prove any of these things and records. I mean, I don't know how they have records from 2002 of who rented what or did anything, and it could have been a girlfriend of his or something that he lived with, that rented it too. So,
okay.
It's a tough case.
Hey, Hector, didn't you get Freddy Got Fingered at a porn shop? Okay, different title then, I'm sorry. All right, well, listen, Adam, thank you for your time. Adam Seifer, James's attorney. And you can check James out at Mad Influence. That's where do you do weddings? Do you do all kinds of...
If you just Google Mad Influence, you'll find me. Yes, sir, I do everything.
Look at you. All right, well, James...
With everything.
Hey, I did hear that Tom Green said he would pay the $200 if you have to pay that just for the principle of the thing. Is that a fact?
Well, he said he would help out in any way he could. He contacted me through, like I said, a mutual friend called me at 1:30 in the morning from Australia, and as I answered the phone, he started singing the song, Daddy, Would You Like Some Sausage from the movie, and we had a great laugh. But yeah, he proceeded to...
Daddy, would you... How does that song go again? Honestly, James, how does that go? How does that go? Daddy's got... how does that go? Come on, give me a hint of that.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
I remember that.
For 10 hours on YouTube, so it's not hard to find.
Yeah, wow. All right, James, good luck to you in court if you get there. And Adam, thanks for the time. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thanks, Jonathan.
All right, guys.
Appreciate you.
Bye now. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Tom Green, the star of the movie Freddy Got Fingered, talking about a Concord man arrested for not returning a VHS of the movie.
And I think it's sort of an example of how, bureaucracy can get out of control, right?
Yeah, exactly, Tom Green. That's the first smart thing I heard you say since 2002. By the way, terrible reviews for Freddy Got Fingered, an 11% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't remember it, but you know what? I think it may cause me to go see it.
Well, Tom Green's a very unusual guy.
Yeah, he sure is. 2001 movie Freddy Got Fingered. If you're looking for it, Tom Green. Just make sure you return it if you still have it.
It's Johnny B.
Tom Green, the star of the movie Freddy Got Fingered, talking about a Concord man arrested for not returning a VHS of the movie.
Yeah. Let's see if this number's any good for Tom Green touring in Australia. Hold on a minute.
There's a tremendous amount of porn available on VHS that is being thrown out.
Buzz, would you please make that public service announcement again?
Well, I'm saying I was given a gift of 3 VHS tapes that were found in an alley the other day.
Oh, boy,
and they're all porn. Fantastic porn.
A gift that someone found porn in an alley, and they gave it to you.
Yes. Actually, my daughter on her way home from school.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
And her boyfriend.
Oh, boy.
Her alleged boyfriend.
Oh, she's got a boyfriend now.
Yeah.
I'm dialing Tom Green, the comedian in Freddy Got Fingered, by the way, who...
has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Let's see if he says...
3, 1...
Let's see if it's really him. I'll give him a done.
2...
I don't...
8...
Okay. How many numbers does he have? Wait a minute.
at the tone, please
Yeah,
record
wow.
your message.
Yes,
when
we
you've
will.
finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
That was like a fake number. Hey, Tom Green, I don't know if this is even you, Tom Green. We were just talking to that dude that was got arrested for not returning your video, Freddie Got Fingered, which we had a nice conversation with him. He said that you were going to help him out in any way you possibly could. This is Jonathon Brandmeier, Brandmeier, Johnny B, on the radio calling to find out how you been, man. How's it going? I don't even know if this is your number. Someone said, hey, this is Tom Green's number. He's touring in Australia. So, Tommy, let us know how it's going out there for you. Give us a call, 844, the number 4, JB Show. We're on the Westwood One Radio Network, and we're on for the next couple of hours here. What time is it in Australia? Siri, do you know? All right, hey, that's when I should use my Australian Siri. Hey, Tom Green, give us a call. We had a nice talk with James Meyers and his attorney, which I still don't understand, Tom. Give us a call back. All right, tell me about your...